Welcome everyone to Puddin's Fab Shop. In this video today we head to a local car show, build a cool wall hanger for the shop, pick up some new tools, hang a new light on the front of the shop, and then the next shop project shows up. So y'all stick around and check it out. Well, car show this morning. I was pretty excited about it, but it did rain a ton last night. This car show is hosted by a local car club, the Knights, and they host it in a park, so it's probably going to affect the turnout, I'm sure. But I'm still going to pack up my stuff and head that way. It rained pretty good last night, I know, because I left old Gertrude here out in the rain, and there's about a 1/4 inch of water in it. So we'll pack up, head that way. What you got, baby?
A snow bunny.
This is my 35 Ford. Just got done getting it running anyway last week. It's been taking me about 10 years to get it together. It's got a 355 small block Chevy with a turbo 400, 9-inch rear end. Hope you like it.
Mercury.
I lost to a Henry J. That's very cool. Well, that's it today. Headed out of the car show, headed home. The sun ended up coming out. Turned into a pretty nice day. A little humid, but not bad. This show, they do tons of door prizes and everything, cash prizes. I actually won this pretty cool Cobalt tool set.
free alignment from a local shop too. So definitely worth the 20 bucks. Had a good time, got to talk to a lot of people, got to talk business with a lot of people. People from wanting work done on like a 51 Buick, wanting to bag it, all the way to a 74 Mel Jeep. Guy's supposed to come talk to me. So if you ever get a chance to come out to this one, it's hosted by the Knights here in Shawnee, Oklahoma, like I said, and it's definitely worth it. I'm out here at my old man's place, gonna pick up a little project I've been wanting to do here for a little bit. So I'll get it loaded up, we'll head back towards the house, get started on it. I'm about to get started on this thing. The first thing I'm going to do is cut off any of the extra metal I can get off here that is just kind of making this thing super heavy. This corner down here is bent up. I'm going to try to bend it down, kind of straighten it up a little bit. And then up here I'm going to plot out where I plan on dimple dyeing this visor. This metal is pretty thin, even rusted through over here, so I don't know how to go, but it's worth a shot. So we'll get started. Gonna dimple dye this visor. It's got this pattern stamped into it. It's really cool. And it's kind of throwing me off on how I want to plot them out, lay them out. So I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. Actually, I kind of dig that visor as it is. So next, I'm gonna find where I want to mount this little light up underneath it, just where I can plug it into the wall, and we'll get this thing hung up on the wall. Here lately I've come across a lot of good deals on tools, from buying them new to used, and people giving me stuff, so let's check those out now. First thing we're going to talk about here is this spring-loaded punch that Taylor got me for Father's Day. This thing is freaking heavy duty. It's got one heck of a spring in it. It makes a nice little mark there. This is the cheap one I found on Amazon over a year ago. It's done good, but the indentation that one makes compared to that one is really awesome. I'll definitely use it a lot. I love these things, so I appreciate that. And that thing is really cool. These are some tools I got across the street. Old man across the street's a really nice guy. He had a yard sale the other day. He has boxes and boxes of miscellaneous tools, and I've dug through them before, and he had another yard sale, and this is some stuff I found this time. So speed square. I actually really like using these even with metal work. Seems like one of them things you can't have too many of, at least for me. Cool little shape finder. I got one of these off of him before, and I used it a lot. A couple of the needles fell out of it, and it was just kind of worn out. I found another one. A couple cool little hammers. Pipe cutter. Oil filter wrench. I actually bent mine up pretty bad. Last oil filter I was trying to get off the motor is stuck on there, and the one I had was so cheap made that the handle just folded in half. And then this cool little square, be able to clamp up a couple pieces here. This side was actually stuck. I let it soak, sprayed it down with some stuff, let it soak, and it freed right up. So I don't know how often I'll use it, but it's pretty cool. And I got a 1954 license plate over there, and he'd only let me pay him for the license plate, so all these are free. Very generous of him. He's awesome, and I appreciate it. Well, it's not a tool, but it's sitting here, so I'll show y'all anyways. Cool old light. I got off my buddy Matt, traded him and his family a couple shirts for it. Always wanted one of these old gooseneck style lights to be able to hang up on the shop, so I'm glad I finally came across one. I'll get this thing cleaned up, put some new paint on it, and get it mounted. It'll look pretty awesome up there. Now let's talk about something a little bit more exciting. I've been keeping an eye out for a plasma cutter for a good while now, and I really wanted a Hypertherm PowerMax 45. I haven't had no luck, and this Hypertherm PowerMax 30 popped up for sale, so I went and picked it up. Being a 30, it should still cut everything I want it to cut, so I'm really not too worried about that. I don't have a whole lot of time cutting with a plasma cutter, but the little bit I tested this one out the other day, I was really impressed by it. It cuts really nice. It's pretty cool. It can swap from 220 to 110, so that could come in handy in case maybe I have to take it to a buddy's shop who don't have 220, or if I ever have to drag it out to the driveway for whatever reason, I can drag my 110 extension cord out there and run it off that. Pretty cool option to have. He threw in this bag. It fits in there perfect. This thing only weighs 25 pounds, so that makes it easy to move around. And there's some extra consumables like the tips and stuff in here he gave me too. I would have loved to have this thing when I was building the International. It would have made cutting out the bed floor and the truck floor and all that stuff super easy. But I'm excited to get to use it now on future projects, and I guarantee you, you'll see it used in the next video. Now this thing's in what looks to be kind of rough shape, but it's actually a really cool belt sander, disc sander. Industrial. They were going to throw it out where I work. It was going to go in the dumpster, so I picked it up. It's actually belt driven. I think there's a 1/2 horse Dayton motor underneath there that's fairly new, looks in good shape. So I'd like to set this thing up with some more aggressive sanding disc and belt, and build a new stand for it. That way it's not on this big table taking up a lot of room in the shop. I just got to have time to be able to build a stand for this thing. I don't really need it right now, so it's not really motivating me very much, but I couldn't let it go to the trash, so maybe this will be a future project for us in here. Okay, and finally, I bought a TIG welder. I've been watching the Everlast welders online. They ran a sale not too long ago, so I finally ordered one. I've had this thing here for a few weeks now, and I've been holding out so I could record for you guys. So y'all's welcome, because it's been killing me. I don't have a whole lot of TIG experience, so this will be a new learning process, and I'm pretty excited. I really don't have a whole lot of stuff that I need to TIG weld, but it was time to buy one because the price is right, so why not? The main reason I really wanted a TIG welder was for doing like suspension bars, doing the drop-in bungs and stuff like that. I'd much rather TIG weld them than MIG weld them, and having the option to do it in the shop is just nice. I'd like to build stainless exhaust for the truck eventually. So if I do that, now I got the option to TIG weld it. And maybe doing roll cages or something like that one day. Who knows? I'm just excited to finally have one. This thing is the 210, I believe. It's been so long since I've ordered it, I don't even remember. Oh, 200, PowerTig 200 DV. I'll finish getting this thing unboxed, get the consumables up here, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got everything unboxed here. This thing comes with everything you need: foot pedal, flow meter, ground clamp. I'm not planning on doing a lot of stick welding, but apparently I can now. This thing's kind of the same option, be able to go from 220 to 110. Pretty cool. This will be a learning experience for me for sure. I have to do a lot of YouTube videos. I have TIG welded a couple times, but not enough to be proficient at it at all. So I'm excited. I think I'm gonna make this thing stationary. I don't plan on building a cart for it right now, and I still got to get a bottle. So in a future video, we'll get this thing set up and we'll practice with it. I don't think it'll be this one, so we'll tear into it later. Well, that's it for the tools. Having a plasma cutter and TIG welder added to the arsenal is definitely going to help around here, especially the plasma cutter. So I hope y'all like it, and I'll get them set up and going soon. Well, yesterday the girls wanted to come out here and play, so we came out here. My camera wasn't charged up, and I wasn't planning on finishing this light. I was just going to build this little flange here so I could finish it this morning, but I got to working, and I ended up not stopping until this thing was done. So what I did was I cut this stem down, probably about 8 inches, built this little flange here where it can bolt to the front of the shop, little gusset here to support it, painted the stem black and the lamp flat white. Looks pretty cool now. What I'm going to do now is get the old light off the shop. We'll figure out how we're going to mount this one up there. It should look pretty good up there. That looks way better than the light that used to be up there. I'm definitely happy with it. I'm glad to finally have one of these lights, and it looks awesome on the shop. Good morning, everyone. Today I got a buddy of mine bringing a car over. Gonna do some work on it for him. I'm pretty excited to tear into this thing, so y'all stick around to see what shows up today. Well, here it is, our next project here in the shop. This is a 1950 Ford Coupe owned by my buddy Chris of Shoebox Central. Chris runs a very successful business dealing with parts for these cars, 49 to 51 Ford and Mercs, and really is an expert at them and knows everything about them. Any parts that y'all may need, or if you know someone who needs parts, y'all be sure to hit them up because they can take care of y'all. You can find Chris on Instagram at Shoebox Chris, and a quick Google search of Shoebox Central should locate you his website, and y'all can get in contact with him. This one he wants to build into a custom. We're building it to a custom here in the shop. What we'll be doing is some general rust repair on it, get this thing nice bones back in it, some good structure, and then we'll be doing more of the custom touches as well. Now to see that, you'll have to come back to future videos because we're not tearing into it yet. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, tell everyone about this, share it in any car scene if you think someone may like it, and come back and see what we're going to do here in the future. See y'all next time.